Chosen one, listen closely. What you are hearing right now is not random. You did not stumble across this by accident. You are here because God Himself is drawing your attention. And if you ignore it, if you brush it off, if you say, "I'll listen later," you may never get this chance again. Your spirit knows this is different. This is urgent. This is personal. Some of the things you were taught, some of the ways you have been living, some of the beliefs you quietly carried in your heart have not been fully aligned with God's truths. That is not to shame you. It is to explain why life has felt the way it has. God is correcting it now, and He has chosen you to hear this correction first. You may feel nervous. You may feel a little scared. Part of you may want to click away. That is exactly why you need to stay. God is opening your eyes. He is revealing what many people cannot see. The things you have prayed about, cried about, hoped for, in secret, are not just distant dreams anymore. They are drawing near. They are starting to move toward you. But they will only become real in your life if you understand what is shifting and if you align yourself with what God is doing. This is not just positive thinking. This is spiritual. This is deep. This is a God-initiated transformation that can shake the very structure of your life. You will start to see pieces fall into place with a speed and clarity that will surprise you. But there is a condition. You have to pay attention. You have to respond. You cannot afford to be distracted or half-hearted. Before we go deeper, take 3 simple steps as a sign of agreement and focus. Hit the like button as a signal that your heart is open to receive. Subscribe so you can stay connected as this message goes out to other chosen ones. And drop the number 99 in the comments. Not as a superstition, but as a prophetic sign that you agree to step into this new season. Jesus spoke of the shepherd leaving the 99 to go after the one. When you comment 99, let it remind you, God left the crowd to speak to you. If your spirit is resonating right now, you will stay to the end. If you ignore this, if you dismiss it, you may miss the clear instructions that could change the course of your life. God is warning you. Time is short. Certain doors are closing. This is a window of mercy and alignment. Step into it, or risk missing the breakthrough you have been asking for. Let me be very clear. What God is about to walk you through will challenge the way you see reality. It will overturn what you assumed was normal. It will confront your comfort, but it will also equip you to walk in a level of purpose, peace, and power you have never known. If you are ready, take a breath and steady yourself. This is a warning. This is a calling. This is your moment. Today, if you hear His voice, harden not your heart. Hebrews 3:15. There comes a moment in a person's life when God speaks so clearly that you cannot explain it away. You can feel it in your chest. You know it is truth, even if you do not fully understand it. That moment is here. God is speaking to you, the one who has always felt just a little out of place. The one who has sensed that there was more to your life than what you were seeing. Humanity as a whole has drifted. We chased things that looked impressive but left us empty. We ran after success, status, applause, and forgot about the soul. Systems meant to guide us ended up distracting us. We worshipped the creation instead of the Creator. No wonder so many feel confused, exhausted, and disconnected. What shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8:36. You have asked yourself why life has been so hard, why the battles seemed non-stop, why the answers seemed delayed. Every sleepless night, Every quiet tear, every moment you whispered, "God, where are you?" has been part of your preparation. This is not God speaking to a faceless crowd. This is intimate. This is specific. You are being singled out because you carry a role in this shift that others do not. Let the weight of that settle in, but do not let it crush you. It is heavy and freeing at the same time. It is scary and hopeful all at once. The path many have taken is off track, but you're being called to return to the true road. This is not a casual invitation. This is the kind of calling that wakes you in the night, that won't let you go back to numbness, that pulls you into something bigger than yourself. Time is moving faster than you think. Every moment you hesitate is a moment you drift further from what God is offering. The season of "I'll do it later" is over. Life has been the rehearsal. Now the curtain is rising. The spotlight is on you. For such a time as this is not just a verse for somebody in a story. It is a word for you right now. Esther 4:14. Look around at the world. Everything is shifting at a pace no one can fully control, but you do not have to control it. You are called to align with what God is doing in it. The divine clock is ticking. Delayed obedience becomes disobedience, not just for you, but for the people your life is meant to touch. Imagine standing at the edge of a massive move of God, feeling the tremors, knowing something big is coming, and still letting fear hold you back. This is your edge. This is the threshold. Your doubts, your fears, your second guessing are echoes of old lies trying to keep you small. But God's voice cuts through all of that and says, "Follow me." Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. To move forward, you must first be honest about where things went wrong. As a culture, we have chased shallow wins. We measured ourselves by likes, followers, income, and image, while our spirits withered. We chose comfort over calling, noise over stillness, distraction over depth. But this is not God condemning you. This is God confronting the illusion so you can walk in truth. Think about your own story. Think of the choices you made from fear, the times you shrank yourself to fit in, the relationships that pulled you away from who you really are. None of that was random. Every misstep has been a mirror. Every mistake has been an instructor. Wrong turns have been pointing you toward the right road. Now picture yourself standing tall and saying, "I see where I've been off, and I refuse to stay there. I am ready to align my life with God's plan." That humility is not weakness. It is the doorway to real strength. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. 2 Corinthians 5:17. The shift that is coming will not be soft and subtle. It is more like a reset than a small adjustment. Old situations that felt permanent will start to break apart. Things and people that once defined you will fade. Opportunities that once felt impossible will begin to appear. You have been trained for this without knowing it. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every lonely season has been equipping you for this hour. Like a caterpillar being remade into a butterfly, there's no halfway change. You are not just being improved, you are being transformed. You are being aligned with a higher purpose that touches more than just your own life. This is the birth of a new chapter where spiritual clarity is more valuable than external noise. It will test you, it will stretch you, but it will also reward you with insight, strength, and a peace that passes all understanding. Philippians 4:7. And hear this clearly. You are not a side character in this story. You are not an extra in the background. You are the one God is speaking to. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Matthew 5:14. That is not poetry for someone holier than you. That is truth for you. Think back to all the times you felt different, like you did not quite fit in, like you saw things others brushed off. Those were not flaws. Those were clues. That was God, quietly nudging you, steering you, strengthening you. Now the whisper has become a clear call. It is no longer background noise. It is front and center, so embrace it. Not with arrogance, but with courage and humility. You're not better than others. You're simply responsible for what you now know. The world is not waiting for a perfect you. It is waiting for a surrendered you, a willing you, a present you. This awakening is the bridge between the version of you that survived and the version of you that will truly live. To walk into this, you cannot just prepare your schedule. You must prepare your spirit. Examine your habits, your thoughts, your environment. What is feeding your faith and what is draining it? Clear out the mental clutter. Release resentment. Confess the hidden fears. This is spiritual housekeeping. Take practical steps too. Pray honestly. Talk to God like you mean it. Read scripture, even a little each day. Write down what you sense He is saying. Go outside and let creation remind you that God is bigger than your worries. Ask yourself, are the voices around me building my faith or burying it? Your surroundings shape your spirit more than you realize. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Above all, trust the process. Preparation is not about having everything figured out. It is about saying, Lord, I am available. God is placing insight, resilience, and discernment inside you. What you need will show up as you walk, not before you start. Your job is to stay open. His job is to supply. Revelation is a gift, but it can shake you. God is about to show you things about yourself, your path, and your relationships that you may not have wanted to see. Confusion, fog, and indecision are lifting. You will start to see how it all connects, why some doors closed, why certain people left, why some prayers felt unanswered. From where you stand now, it looked like chaos. From God's view, it has been a careful arrangement. With that clarity comes responsibility. Once you see, you cannot pretend you do not, but you are not alone in it. The same God who reveals the path strengthens your steps along it. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Psalm 119:105. You will not see the whole highway, but you will see the next step. Every pain you've endured has done something in you. Trials are not God's way of destroying you. They are His way of refining you. Picture a blacksmith heating and hammering metal until it becomes strong and sharp. That is what your hardship has been doing to your spirit. You are not fragile. You are forged. Remember when you thought, I can't take any more. Yet, here you are, listening, learning, still breathing, still searching. That alone is proof that God has kept you. You are not who you used to be. You are wiser now, softer in some ways, tougher in others. What once crushed you now builds you. All things work together for good to them that love God. Romans 8:28. Now hear this, the countdown has already begun. In the days ahead, your life will start to shift in ways you may not fully understand. This is not an ordinary stretch of time. Treat it like a spiritual ignition sequence. Each day, choose alignment over distraction. Be intentional with your thoughts, your words, your choices. Watch what you agree with. Watch what you speak over yourself. Opportunities will show up out of nowhere. Challenges may pop up just as quickly. Both are part of the same process. Don't panic. Recognize them as indicators that something real is happening. You have been warned, but not to scare you. You've been warned so you can be ready. You are not walking into this empty-handed. God has already placed tools inside you: intuition, wisdom, empathy, courage. You may not have had language for them, but you have felt them. Discernment to know what is right, courage to move even when afraid, compassion that pulls you toward people in pain, and faith that refuses to die even when you are tired. These are not random traits, they are your spiritual toolkit. Power in God's kingdom is not about controlling others. It is about aligning with Him so deeply that your very presence brings light, hope, and change. When you walk in that kind of power, you are not trying to impress anyone. You are simply being who God designed you to be. Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, saith the Lord. Zechariah 4:6. Fear will still try to visit you. Doubt will still knock. That is human, but they do not have to rule you. When they rise, see them as prompts to lean in, not back away. Faith is not pretending everything is fine. Faith is trusting that God is guiding you, even when nothing looks fine yet. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. This whole transformation is not about making you look successful to others. It is about lifting you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It is about shifting your foundation from what can be taken away to what is eternal. Money comes and goes, status fades, trends change, but purpose remains, calling remains, God remains. Imagine a life where your choices are not driven by fear or approval, but by purpose. A life where you know why you are here and you live from that place daily. That is what God is inviting you into. He is resetting your focus from what can I get to who can I become, whom can I serve. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33. God is already speaking, maybe through little coincidences you kept ignoring. A repeated number, a verse you keep seeing, a person who shows up at just the right time, a sense deep in your heart that whispers, change is coming. These are not random, they are signals. Start paying attention. When patterns appear, when something keeps coming back to your mind, ask God, what are you saying to me? Some signs will be gentle, others may arrive like a loud knock. Either way, treat them as communication, not coincidence. The more you respond, the clearer they become. Your energy, your inner state, matters. If your heart is cluttered with bitterness, distraction, and constant noise, it becomes hard to recognize God's guidance. So, begin to clear the space. Take time each day to be quiet, even if only for a few minutes. Talk to God honestly. Breathe deeply. Let go of the constant stream of negativity and comparison that bombards you. Visualize yourself walking in the fullness of who you are meant to be, standing tall, grounded, kind, brave, aligned. See yourself moving with peace, speaking with clarity, loving with strength. These images are not, they are rehearsals of your spirit for what God is leading you into. Understand this, you cannot be pulled into the future while still chained to the past. Those chains look like grudges, shame, regret, and old stories you keep repeating about who you are. They look like identities built around your trauma instead of your transformation. God is not asking you to deny what happened. He is asking you to let Him redefine it. Let go. Release the people who could not love you well. Release the version of you that had to survive. Release the guilt for not knowing then what you know now. Forgive others. Forgive yourself. Forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Philippians 3:13. As you release, the first signs of transformation will start to show. An unexpected opportunity, a sudden inner peace where there used to be anxiety, a habit you finally break, a conversation that opens a door. Do not dismiss these as small. They are the first ripples of a larger wave. Some of the early shifts may still feel like tests. Old triggers might resurface. Old invitations to go back to who you were will appear. This is not a sign you are failing. It is a chance to choose differently this time. Every no to your old patterns is a yes to your new life. As things move quickly, you may feel overwhelmed for a moment. When that happens, pause. Step back. Remember that your life is not a pile of random events. It is a story God is writing with care. Look for the patterns. Notice how moments connect, how lessons repeat, how growth compounds. Journaling can help. Writing even a few lines each day can reveal what you could not see in the rush. When clarity arrives, it will feel like a breath of fresh air. Decisions that once tortured you will suddenly feel simple. Paths that were hidden will become visible. You will not have every answer, but you will know your next step. That is all you need. All of this is happening according to God's timing, not yours. You might feel late, you might feel behind, but God is never late. He has been shaping, protecting, and positioning you, even in seasons where you thought nothing was happening. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Sometimes the delay was mercy. Sometimes the closed door was protection. Sometimes the silence was preparation. Now, as things begin to move, be ready to respond. When the right person shows up, be willing to connect. When the open door appears, be willing to walk through it. When the prompting comes, be willing to act. As the shift unfolds, your awareness will deepen. You will notice things you never noticed before. You will sense when something is right or wrong for you faster than you used to. You will see paths for others and feel called to speak life into them. This is not you becoming special in a prideful way. This is you waking up to the spiritual reality that was always there. With that awareness comes responsibility. You cannot unknow what you are learning. You are now accountable for how you use your influence, your words, your presence. You are meant to be a carrier of hope, not fear. A carrier of truth, not confusion. A carrier of light in spaces that feel dark. But awareness alone is not enough. You must move. You must act. Even small actions matter. A phone call you've been avoiding. A habit you know you need to break. A step of faith that scares you, like starting something God put on your heart, or walking away from something you know is wrong. Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only. James 1:22. Chosen. 1. The world does not need a perfect you. It needs a willing you. A you who is awake, aligned, and courageous enough to respond. Your life is not an accident. Your battles were not pointless. Your survival was not meaningless. Everything has brought you to this exact moment. So here is the invitation, clear and simple. Rise. Step into who God says you are. Let go of who you were never meant to be. Agree with heaven over your life. Speak it out loud if you need to. I am ready. I choose alignment. I choose faith. I choose my calling. Then act like it, think like it, walk like it, not in arrogance, but in quiet, steady confidence. The world is waiting for your light. God is ready to guide your steps, and your future is not something to fear. It is something to step into, one obedient, courageous choice at a time.